Are we going? Yes, okay. So this is for week 12. So on this week we covered the basics of intellectual property. Just kidding, we studied intellectual property applied, and that's what I'll be talking about in this video. So in the last video I went over the rights of a copyright holder that kind of included the work to reproduce and make copies of an original work, to prepare derivative works based off of the original work, the right to distribute copies to the public by sale or another form of transfer such as like rental or lending, the right to publicly perform or display the work, and the right to perform publicly through digital audio transmission. So this leads us into the reproduction and licenses for music. So when looking at this, like, there are a few different aspects to consider. There is mechanical, which is to like reproduce in recordings, and then there's performance, which is to perform the work live, and then there's synchronization in an audiovisual, and there's printing, to reproduce sheet music, and then distribution of the work. So statutory mechanical rates fall under the Copyright Control Board, where the money distribution is considered. So the board can typically make 9.1 cents per song or $1.75 per minute, whichever is greater. And in streaming, there is 6 cents earned per 100 streams, can't talk, which is going to increase in the year of 2022. And this is all paid monthly, but it is defined a little more in private contracts. So there has been many clearances of songs that kind of like seem to copy each other, including MC Hammer's You Can't Touch This, as compared to Rick James' Super Freak, as well as Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby, to Queen and David Bowie's Under Pressure. And then a pretty current example would be Ariana Grande's Seven Rings, as compared to Roger and Hammerstein's My Favorite Things. Derivatives must also be considered in an applied intellectual property. So editorial revises, fictionalizations, dramatizations, translations, new mediums, and abridgments are included. So what is protected under derivatives? Only the new stuff. There's more like than embellishments that are like frequently improved by musicians. And then we get into performance rights, which is a right that includes both live performances and recorded performances. So public places create a substantial number of people other than like family and friends, and can be transmitted by a device to be shown in separate places. So that is week 12 on applied intellectual property.